FDT run, and I'm gonna get going here in 3, 2, 1, go. So one really nice thing about LEGO Batman is that you can skip cutscenes, even in story mode. You'll see me doing that all the time. You won't have any idea what the plot is, and neither will I. Anyways, this is the first level. You jump right into it. You could actually skip this level and just exit out, go to, say, 2-1 or 3-1, but it's fastest just to complete this because you start in it. Now, the goal of all red bricks is, as the name suggests, collect all the red bricks in each of the levels. Sometimes I'll get them in story mode, sometimes I'll have to go back into free play to get them. This first level, I will be getting it in story mode. You'll actually see me doing some death abuse to try to lose some studs because, just like with a lot of the LEGO games, once you have 0 studs in the first level, it'll take a shorter amount of time to count your studs, or it won't even do it at all. So
wake up, Daddy's home.
Apologies for that. Alright, so just gotta build this. There we go. And now we control a little RC car. And we gotta hit some buttons over here. 1, 2, and 3. Now we gotta blow up the store, and then I'll switch to Batman because I'll need his bombs in a little bit. Alright, so that's a good death. Try to avoid the studs. One mechanic you'll see me be doing in a lot of the boss fights is I'll attack them, wait a little bit, attack them again, instead of just mashing the attack button. And that's to prevent some iframes or invincibility frames from coming up. I'm gonna get the red brick here, it's in the second panel. Now I'm gonna switch to Robin so I can die there, then I'm gonna switch back to Batman so I'm over here. And let's hit these fans. Alright, so we got 0 studs on this level. That means we're gonna not see how many studs I collected in this level, as well as we will not see what percentage of superhero I got. So this red brick is fast grapple. I'll eventually buy that. But I'm actually going to be exiting out of this level, or this episode, and going into episode 3. Reason being is episode 6, which is unlocked after completing episode 3, contains the red brick fast build. And that's going to be very useful. Alright, so now we're back into the Batcave. I'm actually going to turn off adaptive difficulty, which will cause me to lose fewer studs when I die. And I move the cursors ahead of time so I can just mash A once I hop into the vehicle. The first level of every episode has a cutscene and then the loading screen and then another cutscene. So, gotta be mindful of that when you're running this category. So I'm skipping that gate. I'm actually going to skip the vacuum suit here, skipping over the toxic waste there, and a long puzzle. Alright, get those guys out of the way so that I can build here. And I'm going to go get Batman's flight suit, or glide suit as they call it here. And it is very, very useful. We can do something called an extended glide or an extended flight, which is what I'm doing now. I kind of tap the fly button or glide button every about 0.66 seconds or so. It allows me to fly further than just holding the button down. And I got out of bounds there, and now I'm into the next section. By flying up onto the stairs there, I actually didn't aggro the goons, the clown goons yet. So they're not up here attacking me, which is really nice. So you're supposed to use the vacuum suit to get pieces to make a goop vacuum machine. Instead, I'm just gonna die here so that I can avoid building that and collecting pieces for it. So I'm gonna be doing some death abuse again to build while I have invincibility frames. I'll do this for the left side as well as the right side. Ah, took a while to die there. So I wasn't really paying attention to how much or how many studs I was collecting earlier because I knew I was going to take some deaths here and I was going to lose pretty much all my studs. So now I'm going to actually try to collect quite a few studs because I need, I need to buy quite a few red bricks, and that'll include fast build, fast grapple, and invincibility. I'll also be buying Flam and probably flaming batarangs. Those will be some of the more useful ones. So again, skipping some puzzles here with E-glides. Skipping, I don't even know what suits and what have you. Another skip here. Oh, I got unlucky. I had 1 heart left, and so after they kill me, I respawn back on that lamp. Alright, so we will actually be getting the red brick in this next section here in story mode. And this is the first instance of 1 player, 2 controllers in this run. Used that to attack the enemies. This one. Then I'll have Robin get his suit, and we're actually going to head to the left. This is his magnet suit, which allows him to climb up some metal walls. Actually skipped using Mr. Freeze there, which is really, really nice, because we don't really want to come back here and free play. Get rid of this guy. And do a jump kick over the wall. There we go. First try. That's really good. Now this is a little color puzzle. What colors add up to make the secondary colors? So we had to do purple, now we're doing green, and then we'll be doing orange. Now we have to wait for the red brick to spawn in. Alright, then we can switch back to Batman and continue on our merry way. Another E-glide over the toxic waste. Skips getting Robin up to push down a little generator. Now, this is the no FDT version, which FDT stands for frame rate dependent trick. I am playing on the Xbox One, which means I can't do pretty much any of the uncapped frame rate glitches, which would be some of the punch launches. There we go. Punch launches, grab handle launches, transition skips. Oh. That man fell down on accident. Alright, so I'm skipping the right side of the room by gliding up here and pushing Mad Hatter into the toxic waste instead of activating a trapdoor that would cause him to fall down. Now I just got to get up to the up over here, press this button down, alright, and then attack Mad Hatter, and that's the end of this level. Alright, so I do still have both players in, which is fine, because I actually want both of them in for the next level. I don't remember off the top of my head what the red brick here is. I could have checked, but I really didn't want to. That would have lost some time. Alright, so this is Harley Quinn's episode, or chapter. It's one of the worst boss fights in the game because it's so long and tedious. So get rid of some of these clowns while I get Batman over here to get his suit, which is the demolition suit, aka the bomb suit. Clear out some goons here so that I can build. Alright. Now we're gonna drop out Robin, but we're actually gonna switch to him. We're gonna do something called the candy cane jump. And this is another trick that would be skipped using FDT, excuse me. There's a punch launch you can do over there on the hammer game. But instead we're gonna do some wall jumping and get up on top of here. And everybody does not like candy cane jump because it is a little difficult to do. So there's an invisible wall up on top there that prevents you from just walking across the rooftop, so you have to jump across there, kind of skid along on the candy cane, and hopefully land over on the other side. Thankfully, I got it first try. Every time you fail, it is about 30 seconds of time loss. Alright, and here's the boss fight. So, I get player 2 to stand in the same spot, and after Harley Quinn does 10 backhand springs, that allows her to get dizzy, and I can hit her then. Alright, so this time she'll be doing 2 sets of 10 backhand springs before I can hit her. Notice I'm not moving Robin at all. Kind of got mixed up there. My Discord is being a little weird right now, so Justin, if you're saying anything, I can't hear you right now. Alright, I'm gonna keep Batman here in the same spot for a little bit, then I'll actually move him, because moving player 1 for me is a little easier than moving player 2. Alright, and this should be the last hit, so I'm actually going to be dropping out Robin as soon as I attack there, because I don't want him in the next level. Okay, Discord's down for, looks like, everyone, I guess, or a couple people. Alright, so this can be a very bad level. There's going to be a cutscene skip that I'll be attempting. I'm usually good on it, but we'll see. Maybe Marathon Luck will say otherwise. Oh, yep, just like that, I somehow failed to hit that. Alright, so this is not the cutscene that I'm skipping. The cutscene that I'll be skipping is right after this. By doing a barrel roll down this way, I can go underneath the hitbox, or the trigger for Scarecrow. And Scarecrow would be able to hit this bomb, or that pipe, and cause fire to come up, which would make it impassable without taking a bomb over there. I think I got a little early there, yeah, so I'll have to shoot one more torpedo over this way. And then right as I hit that trigger, I'm actually switching to Robin in the back copter to try to get a quick kill here. And as soon as he's hit, I let go. And that's that boss. So I can't get the red brick in 3-2, 3-3, 3-4, or 3-5 in story mode. Or if you can, it's actually slower than in free play. Alright, so I'm gonna be Robin here because I can do a little wall jump to skip a building section. I'm gonna be racing Mothman over toward the truck, or a truck that'll lead to the disco. Alright, so we got that, and the race is on. Oh, I didn't quite get it. So, had I gone in there, I would have saved the cutscene time, plus the time it would take to walk over here. You can just jump over that little barrier and walk right out of bounds, so well-made game. So I just come around here to the backside and hit the trigger from there. Now, since I don't have the bomb suit now, there's going to be a little skip here that I have to do, which is going over here. Try to get this, set it up, so I'm going to move my camera up. Ah, alright, failed that. That was a weird pause screen. Let's try this again. Oh, I'm too high there. That doesn't normally happen. Alright, so this actually skips a building section as well. Ah, oh, just can't land on that. Yeah, so I'm gonna ignore most of these bandits. Oh, come on now. Oh, this is just embarrassing. Again? Alright, there we got it. So, okay, that's fine. Get rid of these guys, because they could potentially screw me up. Alright, I think that's everyone. Now I'm going to do something known as the disco flip. And there we go, first try. Awesome. Now I'm going to skip a lot of stuff here by wall climbing over this. And I'm out of bounds now. Still out of bounds, so I can avoid those guys and avoid getting hit. Jump up there, grab the blue stud because I still am looking to collect some studs. Alright, this is the Mothman boss fight. I'm gonna have Robin pushing this thing over while I have Batman attacking Mothman. I think I got that pushed in. Nope, not quite. Good thing I went back and checked. Alright, Robin's getting his tech suit while Batman builds this generator. So I need Robin to activate the generator now so that we can power a light, because moths are attracted to light, right? So I gotta wait for the electricity to reach over there. So I'll get ready to build this next generator and hit Mothman 2 more times. So if I can get Robin to start activating that generator earlier, that would be better, because then I can pull these levers faster, which means I can finish the level earlier. Alright, drop him out because I won't need him for the start of the next chapter. And that's this level. Thanks, Shorts Boy. Alright, so we are almost done with this episode. After this, we'll be going to episode 6 to grab that sweet, sweet fast build red brick. So this is the Joker and Harley Quinn chapter. So we're gonna skip the bomb suit and magnet suit for now by jumping on this. That wall is not very thick. It's only a couple pixels wide, so it's a little difficult to get this jump. There we go. Alright, so activating or opening these doors allows Harley Quinn to come out, and it also allows me to permanently kill these 4 goons. Accidentally paused there. So, naturally, clowns are afraid of water, because it'll ruin their makeup, right? So we gotta build one more water gun here. Batman's gonna head off to the right side to get a bomb put down for Robin's magnet suit, which I'll need in the next room. Robin's gonna build a fan here. Alright, there we go. Now let's get Batman up here. I'm actually going to switch to Robin, and then switch back to Batman. That gets Batman over on the right side. Just a little optimal movement. Pull the lever there with Batman because I'll need Robin over here. Theoretically, you can skip this cutscene, but it would require some very precise 1P2C. For those of you who don't know what 1P2C stands for, it stands for one player, two controller. It was a very controversial technique. A lot of people saw it as co-op, even though it's only one player. But overall, we've decided it is a single player / solo thing, so we allow it in solo runs. Here I'm just gonna skip the flight suit. Come on, Batman. And I'm also gonna be skipping a building section over on the right side. So Batman's gonna dive up the side of that, and he's up on top. Robin's gonna do a wall jump over here, and he's on top. And now I'm gonna have to build another squirt gun because Joker hates that. Alright, so Batman's actually going to be collecting a few studs for me while Robin works on building this water gun and squirting the helicopter here. I'll grab some blue studs here since I'll need them later. I could build this. That'll give me some more studs too. I'm actually going to drop out Batman there. I don't really need him right now. Alright, so this is an instance where I'm going to be attacking and then backing away from the boss, or like waiting a couple frames before I attack them, just because if I were to mash the attack button they would get some iframes and it would take longer than waiting just a couple seconds there. Alright, so now we move on to episode 6. I'm going to do the first 2 levels, and then I'm going to actually exit out and buy the fast build red brick, because that actually saves time in 6, 3, 4, and 5. No, Gluth, that's actually rule number 2. Rule number 1 is, when in doubt, break everything. Like, if you don't know what to do in a LEGO game, break everything and then you'll figure it out. Alright, so there's actually some purple studs in this hub that I'm going to grab. Those are worth 10,000 studs. The blues are worth 1,000, gold are 100, and silver are 10. There is no one stud. Alright, so episodes 4, 5, and 6 have you playing as the villains. This time we are Harley Quinn and the Joker. I'm actually going to do a little AI manip here to get Joker to jump up on top. That'll save me a little time at the back half of this puzzle. Step on the platform, get Joker across. Step on the next platform, get Joker across. Break that so Harley can get across. Going to build a bomb here and its trigger. Alright, and now we can drop out and switch, and we don't have to do the last part of that puzzle. Just skip the cops here. Jump up on the barrel so that we can get up here. And into the next section. In this room is where we have the fast build red brick. You'll see me grab that in just a little bit. Got to get to that area. Joker's got a special thing here where he can zap those little generators to cause some things to move. In this case, a little elevator. Gonna build a little tightrope here so that I can get across. There are 2 sets of handrails here that you're supposed to build. I'm only going to be building the top one there, which allows me to get up here easily, as well as cause the Joker's AI to get him up here. Alright, so the red brick is right up here. Boom, we got it. So here we got Joker. One thing you never really want to do with Joker is dive. So I actually fall there in a particular way to have that push me through. I'm actually going to be doing a new skip here. Recently discovered, if you jump on the head of this duck and then... Excuse me, this is only the second time I've done this, so might take a few tries. Hopefully it won't take that long. Alright, and hopefully I can get this to go out of bounds then. Alright, perfect. Now I'm out of bounds. Let's move very carefully here. Oh boy. Alright. So there was a death plane there that I had to avoid. I was just continually running into it. So we are going to try to go on the outside of the boss room. Hopefully I can get a camera change here soon. Alright, so I fell off. That means I'm a little far. Head over to the right. Okay, still a little far. I think I'm in the right area, so I'm going to inch my way forward, hopefully. And get the camera to move. Camera, please. I think I'm in the right area. There it is. Okay, good. Whew. Very nervous. Alright, so we are going into the next level here. Yeah, that's basically Lego Batman Blindfold for you. Alright, so now we are the Joker Copter and Scarecrow's biplane. Switching to Joker Copter right away because bombs. Now, don't forget to turn around here to go get the helicopter. Because this is another level we can get the red brick in, just as long as you remember to hit these. Okay, good. I got the thing I needed. There's gonna be a X out of 5 that I need to do. It's, well, 5 out of 5 obviously, but I'm at 1 out of 5 right now. There's gonna be one more here. So go shoot that helicopter down. Alright, so that's 2. Now we can activate this cutscene, which will allow me to move through here. Switching back to the Joker Copter because I'll need him for bombs again. Break that copter. There's gonna be one more over here. If you don't hit those helicopters in time, you can actually soft lock the red brick. You just have to exit the level and come back in. Alright, so very carefully pulling this bomb because it can break while pulling it through there. Also being careful here not to break the bomb on anything. I'm actually going to drop it so that I don't have it hit anything. Alright. So we got the red brick here, just to double check, yeah. Alright, now this boss fight can soft lock. Let's hope it doesn't. There's actually 2 ways it can do that. It can cause an infinite cutscene, or we can have an invincible police copter. Let's hope neither one happens, because that would be some awful time loss. However, my time estimate is very generous, and I believe I can be under it by a lot. Don't hit that. Okay, good. So I gotta be very careful here not to have the turrets shoot the helicopter early, because then it'll reflect off of it and break them early. So there, that should be fine. Okay. Alright, so no infinite cutscene glitch. And not invincible police copter. Unfortunately, I died there before he died, but oh well. Alright, so now I'm going to be exiting out to grab the, or to buy the fast grapple and fast build red bricks. Alright, and I do have 110,000. That's exactly the amount I need. Also going to grab a couple more studs here, because those will help me out later on. So I got to go all the way to this computer, buy the stuff. Okay. I accidentally tried buying immune to freeze, but since I didn't have enough studs, I did not buy it. Here, I'm going to turn it on. And that'll greatly help me out in the next level. Again, getting these studs because helpful. I gotta move the cursor. Here we go. So I can't get the red brick here. If I recall correctly... Actually, I think you can get it in story mode. It's just difficult to do that, so I'm not going to do it. But the dev intended way to do it is to get the heat suit from 1.4. So I'll get that later. There is another skip you can do, the same one I did with Joker to get Scarecrow up here, which would mean I wouldn't have to build this. However, I can just easily get him up here that way, and it will also be faster for me because then I can deal with these guys as the door is opening. Alright, I'm going to try to avoid a cutscene here by hugging the right wall. Also got to kill those guys so that they don't attack me while I'm building and pushing here. I think I'm in position for the cutscene skip. Nope, not quite. Alright, got stuck behind the glass. Alright, so I'm actually going to drop in Scarecrow here for another cutscene skip. What it allows me to do is save just a little bit of time, but it's a little unintuitive because I'm going to be going back into the last room and then going back. So skip a little cutscene there, save a little time. Also skipping a couple puzzles here. Push this over. You're supposed to have Scarecrow up there to push it for you, or have Joker push Scarecrow, but we can slide on the top there and easily get across. These fans will take care of the toxic gas once I build all 2 of them. Alright, done with that room. Now we gotta get to the next room, which we do that by breaking some paintings here, which will drop some pieces and activate that lever. That lever will allow me to get some more pieces and open up the elevator doors. Now just building this, we're gonna hop on over to the end here. Definitely not supposed to get Scarecrow over here like I did. If you go up the stairs there, the police will actually follow you, so it's nice that if you just hop on up, they don't. Alright, and that is that level. Looks like Discord is still down, so I'll close that. You guys let me know when it's up. Alright. During that fade in, I actually switched to Joker so I could shoot that and shoot these guys so that they don't cause Joker to get stuck in this section. Because I'll need him after I do a little skip up here. I'm going to go behind here to take out some more policemen because they will also cause Joker to not be able to move forward. Doing an E-glide here to skip some puzzles. Pushing a box down so I can get through to the next section. This contains a bomb. Alright, Joker did not get stuck, that's good news. And be able to get through this next area without any problems, hopefully. Trying to take out these guys so that they don't follow me up. Let's see if I get the clip. Did not. However, the policemen always get the clip. I don't know what's up with that. There's the purple. Unfortunate death. I'm gonna grab the other purple there. Take out those guys so that they don't bother me. Yes, I did grab those grab handles from the wrong side. Come on now. Police kind of pushing my helicopter away from me. Unfortunately got knocked out there. Alright, now the red brick is over on the left side up in the air, so I'm going to have to e-glide my way over. The intended way is to use Robin's suction suit to grab some 25 pieces. Oop. Kind of missed on the... or dropped an input there. Come on now. Right, try it again. There we go. Also, grabbing some studs there because I can. And get out of bounds here just by rubbing up against the wall, and there we go, into the next area. This final room. We just need to build a giant clown machine to take out the rest of the police force. There we go. Now, a little movement optimization here is if the right foot is moving forward, you actually kind of want to turn to the left. And if the left foot is moving forward, you want to turn to the right. So that'll cause you to walk a little bit faster. Now, as this trailer detaches, I want to be walking into it because that's when it's vulnerable. Otherwise, I would have to wait about 10 seconds for it to actually open up and then destroy it. So now I just need to take out this last one, and that'll be the end of 6-4. Alright, 6-5. This actually has the invincibility red brick. Costs 500,000 studs. So I'll be buying that eventually, and I'll be getting it eventually, just not quite yet. I can't get in story mode because we need a batarang to knock something down. Otherwise, we could totally get it now. Take those guys out so that they don't cause Joker to go where he's not supposed to go. Jump around that. That skips a pushing section. Alright. I might have to do some 2 controller strats here just to try to get Harley to keep going. She can get stuck or fall down and cause me to go back for her, so I'm not going to allow her to do that. Getting a little unlucky here with my jump. My dog's being a little wild. Alright, so I'm gonna 1P2C section this, or 1P2C the end section here. Joker's actually gonna clip on up there. Come on, Harley. There we go. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the right side. But first, I'm gonna build this because it'll be a little bit faster to do it that way. There we go, and now we just need to build that last, I don't know, electric conductor. Actually gonna try dropping out Harley right at the end there because I don't want 2 controllers in at the end. Now we move on to episode 1. We're actually going to be able to get the red brick in 1.2 and 1.3 right away in story mode, so that'll be fun. Switch to Harley here because I can jump this gap a little easier. Now I could go back for the invincibility red brick. However, I can't get the red brick in Sticks 4 quite yet because I don't have the heat suit. Also, kill Alfred for RNG manips. I'm kidding, it has no bearing on the run, but we just do that because that's one way to verify the run. Since we jumped right into 1.1 when I press new game, I actually moved the cursor to 1.2 in a different file, and that actually stores when you change files. So I was able to kind of get away with a little bit of manips there. So we have to grab Robin's magnet suit here. Take out these guys too. Now you don't need it, I don't think, but it is a very good idea to get it. I'm also going to be grabbing a purple stud under here as well as a couple blues. Alright, so we're going to be doing a drop-in warp. I never talked about them, but basically you get to a position where if you were to drop someone in, they go where they're not supposed to. So like there, I got Batman across into the like load trigger without opening up the door there, so that's good. I have to activate that bridge so that Robin has a valid path to get over here, and valid there is in quotation marks because he still theoretically can't get over because the ice blast was going on. I still have 2 controllers here because I can get the red brick. I'm going to have Batman try to do a batarang clip over here. And how you do that is you get onto a sloped surface and pull out your batarang, and sometimes, in this case where there's a hole, you can clip into the ground. Oh my goodness, I have never failed that jump. Good jump kick just to make sure I get there. Alright, so that skips going up that winding magnet wall. There's actually a way to not do the winding part of it. You can walk up the left side of it and just walk straight up. Alright, so get rid of these guys so that they don't bother the other character. Kind of dive across there. Man, I am having troubles with my dives. What is going on? There we go. Alright, so Robin's over there. He's gonna try going back, but I'm not gonna let him because I'm gonna step on here. You're supposed to step on that bottom one first, and Robin will come up here, stand on it himself to allow you to get up, but it's a little bit faster the way I did it. Also, I'm gonna be skipping the ice gun here because faster. Robin does some jump kicks across here if you can make that. Alright, that wasn't gonna make it. I was a little too eager on my jump. There we go. Alright, I'm actually gonna do another drop-in warp. I've only ever done this drop-in warp once, so let's hope it goes well. Get up here. And hey, I got it. It's actually quite easy, but it's hard to die, or hard not to die. So I pull out my batarang here so that Mr. Freeze can't hit me because he's actually inside of me. So I just stand there with my batarang ready to go, and I have a get hit with the other character. I'm going to stand on here with my batarang out. That allows me to move up and down really quickly. and cause that to go. I run up to Mr. Freeze there to activate his aggressiveness to get him to aggro. Get Robin up there so that I can jump across early. And Batman will be chilling down here so that he can start building when I'm... Oh. Robin, you need to jump first. Alright, I'm gonna have Batman build that and try to knock out these guys with Robin. Good. And while I'm pushing that, I'm gonna go up here on the right side to do the exact same thing I did on the left. I'm gonna wait a little bit because I can combine some cutscenes here. Doesn't really matter, but during that cutscene I can still push, so I'm not bothered by the enemies that drop down during the cutscene. Again, pulling out my batarang so that Mr. Freeze clips inside of me so that he can't hit me. And there I'll actually drop out player 2 because I don't want him in for the next section, or the next level. There's going to be a couple more drop-in warps that I'll be doing in this next level. Not a couple more, just one. I think you can do 2, but I don't know if it actually works. I don't know. Lost speedrunning or the Gluth or Senor might know more than I would on that. So take out that truck and drag him over here. And then I have to wait about 10 seconds after I move the truck into the spotlight before I can move here. Ooh, I moved just a little early and I got moved down, but thankfully it didn't cause me to go all over the place. Alright, so there's supposed to be 3 trucks here that you're supposed to move into the light. However, I'm going to skip that by doing a drop-in warp right here. And I'm going to hit this trigger early. There we go. I'm going to have Robin come up here to grab the red brick. Alright, and pull Two-Face's van into the light now. Unfortunately, I got hit there. Not a very good setup. Alright. That was an okay one. So that red brick, I believe, is more batarang targets. That or faster batarangs. Alright, so I gotta make sure that I grab the heat suit here so that I can actually get the red brick in 6-4. Accidentally hit the home button there. And drop in Robin here so that I can take care of these guys a little faster. Things are not quite going well, but it's going decently. Let's take out some of these guys before I get Batman over here, because the same button I use for the Sonic suit there is the same button as grabbing people. And grabbing people is very slow. So I grabbed some red bricks, or some purple studs there. Alright, so I gotta get Robin's suction suit now. There's gonna be 50 pieces total that I'll have to grab for this level. And I got it routed out pretty much perfectly so that I grab exactly 50. Now, I would not suggest doing this 2-controller strat, because it is fairly difficult to do it optimally. Alright, so grab 27 right away before I put them in here. I'm going to grab 3 more then. Gotta make sure I get out of the way of the bomb. Alright. 5 is the exact number that I need there. Gonna switch to Batman because this is the room where we get his heat suit. So we just kind of skip that tank. There's supposed to be a ladder that you're supposed to build, but that's slow. Actually, I don't even know if you're supposed to build it. I think you're supposed to just knock it down. Alright, gotta grab 20 more pieces here. Hit the center 2 parts there. Grab from the left first because most likely they'll hit me over to the right side. I thought I missed one. So unfortunately I'm not invincible when I'm putting pieces in, but I am invincible when I'm actually using the suction suit. So I'm going to take an intentional death there, and then use the suction suit so that I don't get hurt here. Also skipping building 2 flowers there. Just kind of jump your way over. Don't need to push that all the way. You can push it part way and you can get across or through. So you can explode those bombs a little bit faster by using your batarang on them. I use my batarangs also to clear out some sections a little faster so that I don't target the wrong thing. Another thing to note is while you have your batarang pulled out, ready to go, you are also invincible, so that's what I've got Robin doing right now. Now this one I don't think you can batarang. It just kind of goes on its own. So that one actually has 2 cutscenes after it. Alright, next level is actually I want to say the only level we can get all 10 mini kit pieces in story mode. You can also get the red brick in story mode, but it's a little difficult because you have to do a transition skip and some blind e-glides. So I would say it's not worth it unless you are really good at it. So there's another instance of a drop-in warp. It allows me to skip using a van to get across here. And in order to fully skip that, I'm going to have Robin get a valid path over here. And again, valid is in quotation marks because it's actually not valid. Go over here, drop in Robin, who will drop in on the other side of the fence, which is exactly where I need him. And then I will be doing another drop-in warp here to get Batman. Alright, so we got Robin's magnet suit. You can skip this suit on the PC. You can do a punch launch off of the left side of this little tower. Alright, so now I gotta get Batman up here, and to do that I gotta build a tightrope for him. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought he was gonna fall. Thankfully he did not. I do that with 2 controllers pulling the levers because there is a chance that if you allow the AI to do it, you can soft lock. Hit Two-Face there twice, and then hop on over here, attack him some more. I'm gonna build the center section here. And okay, I thought I got over. Looks like I landed just short of it, so I died. I'm gonna have to fly back over. Then I'm gonna be dropping in Robin here. Do this a little bit faster. It's a little confusing to do this because of the different stuff flying at you. Alright. Also a little confusing here because 2 controller stuff is somewhat difficult. Now I gotta take out some enemies here. So I'm still going to be collecting some studs here because I'm going to need quite a few for invincibility. And so what you'll actually see me do is try to get a multiplier here because there's a purple stud back here, and what multipliers do is, or your combo multipliers, allows you to grab that many times the stud value. So I got a ×5 on my combo. So that allowed that 10k stud to be a 50,000 stud. So again, clear out some enemies. I think it's actually a time-based thing for Two-Face to fall down. But if we clear out those enemies fast, then I have time to set up over here. Hit him twice there, hit Riddler once, hit him twice again, hit him one more time, and then 2 more times on him. I'm going to drop him out because I don't need him for the next level. And we're done with that level. So every time you finish a hero episode, you spawn right back by the Arkham Asylum lever. So I'm going to have to go all the way back down towards the levels so that I can do 1-4 and 1-5 in free play so that I can get their red bricks. The 1-4 red brick is the Flaming Batarang, which instant kills all enemies that are targeted when you're using the heat suit for Batman. The 1-5 red brick is Slam. It is one of the most broken red bricks in this entire game, and you'll see that in 5-2 first of all. So the only character I need here in order to get the red brick is Joker. And conveniently, he is actually really good at clearing out enemies really quickly because of his double gun setup. So instead of breaking that glass, I'm just going to jump over. And I'm actually going to be grabbing... Ooh, I got a ×2 on the 10k. Got a ×2 on it again. That's really good. I'm going to be dropping some bombs here so that I can clear out these a little faster. so that I can grab their pieces with Robin. Now, ideally, you would grab the pieces in the first room, but I don't have a strong character yet. The earliest you could get one is after you do 2-4, which you could buy Man-Bat, but you don't really want to spend the studs on him. Also, it takes time to do that. Alright, so notice I only had the 25 studs, or 25 pieces that I needed there. I didn't grab an extra few just because I won't need them to get the red brick. The red brick is right here. I don't know if this red brick is activated yet. There's a way to leg clip things and grab things a little early, but I don't know if it works here, and I'm not willing to try it right now. Alright, so as soon as you touch it, you can save and quit. And that is the Flaming Batarang. Next up is the Slam Red Brick, which will be in 1-5. One thing that's fun about some of these miscellaneous categories, like all red bricks, is it features some skips and tricks that you wouldn't normally do in a story run, or even a free play run. Like this trick you don't normally see in a free play run, just because you would do an SSJ up that, or SSJ stands for Slam Switch Jump.
Do you mind if we catch up on a few donations?
Yep.
Discord's back up.
Yep, go ahead.
Alright, so our first one, we have $10 from Senor, and he says, I know how much Prince has been grinding this category, and it's awesome he gets to show off this during LEGOthon. I've slowly been becoming more addicted to this game and can't wait to announce what we've been working on for the past couple weeks. Stay tuned for the end of LEGOthon. We do have a cool announcement regarding Batman. Some people might already know it. But we have $11 from Pythagoras, and he says, HTTYD, which I believe is How to Train Your Dragon, fanfictions are Pog. And we have $50 from eRoadhouse, and he says, for all the beans. So thank you for all those donations, everybody.
Thank you guys for those donations. It's very kind of you. And what Senor was mentioning, yes, please stick around for that. I am actually really excited about it. I spent a lot of time preparing for it, so I hope you guys are excited for it. That'll be after the marathon is over. Alright, so there's that red brick, that Slam. Takes roughly 2 minutes to grab. If you can get it in story mode, it's worth it, but I can't do it specifically because I am on Xbox One. I can't do transition skips. But now we're going to be moving into episode 2, which is the Penguin episode. This first level has quite a few skips in it. It is one of my favorite levels, just because there are a ton of skips in it. I think there's only one suit that you grab in the whole level, and that's going to be the flight suit, because obviously it's broken.
And sorry to interrupt one more time, but that does make us reach the LEGO Star Wars 2 10 bounties incentive. So that'll be after the LSW2 80% run, so that should be pretty exciting.
Awesome. I am excited to hear about that. I probably won't be around to see it, though. Alright, so here's the one suit that we're going to be grabbing. And we're just going to e-glide through this whole part, this whole room. I was super excited to find a use for e-glides when we first learned about them. And this, I believe, was the first major skip that we discovered with it. So we go up on the water tower here, E-glide our way over, and this allows us to completely skip using Robin in this room. It also allows us to skip like 3 other suit changes. So get rid of those guys because they'll stop me from building. You're supposed to have Robin here so that you can pull both of these levers in time, but thankfully you can pull them quickly enough. Alright, so there's going to be a quick kill here on Catwoman. We've kind of dubbed it the Lost Cycle because he discovered how to do it. And we had 0, 1, and 2 cycles before. So what's before 0 cycle? -1, but I mean, call it after the guy who discovered it. So that was Lost Cycle. We kill Catwoman a little early. Sorry, we don't kill her, we capture her. Alright, time for another vehicle level. This is one of the worst levels ever. The game calls it Batboat Battle, we call it Trash Boat Battle because it is very bad. It's kind of got ice mechanics, but it's water mechanics, so they kind of are the same thing. Get rid of the enemies here. Blow that up. And thankfully I didn't hit the silver box on the top. Otherwise, instead of grabbing the bomb there, I would be grabbing something for a mini kit. Alright, so try to kill the enemies here. Kind of turn a little bit. I don't want to move too much, otherwise I'm going to have to move a lot of it. I think Robin should be coming since I killed those guys quickly enough. Just double checking there by switching to them. No, I can't get the red brick here in story mode. We do need Penguin's mini sub bombs for it. Destroy these, and we're going to be activating 4 triggers here, 4 buttons. We're going to be activating 2 of them at the same time, which are these 2. And that kind of piggybacks to the cutscenes. There's like 1 frame of going back to normal, but then it goes right back into the cutscene. So, does it save time? Yeah, I think so. Just because you don't have to kind of line up your stuff. As soon as I spawn in there with Robin, I switch to Batman and grab a bomb. So one of the trashy parts about this is the towing mechanic of this. Alright, so I didn't get that. I'm gonna grab this bomb to do it. Alright. I moved too far away from it to do it, so I'm gonna actually do it how I normally do it. Oh, and a different bomb got in the way of my bomb. So this is exactly why it's called Trash Boat Battle. Wasn't quite close enough to the bomb to activate the tow bomb during the cutscene. Alright, I actually switched to Robin here. Even though he has a weaker blaster, you can use his torpedoes on Penguin to blow him up a little faster than you would if you were the Batboat. Alright, so that's that bad level. Yep, Trash Boat strikes again. That's exactly what happened. For those of you curious, I am losing over 30 seconds to my gold on that split.
Alright, we got one more donation, if that's okay.
Yep, go ahead.
We have $10 from our good friend Bitsy. He says, Prnced always is able to entertain no matter what he is playing. I'm proud to call him my friend. LEGOthon is always a winner to watch.
Aw, thanks, Bitsy. Bitsy is one of the best dudes I know. If you're not following him, go follow him right now. It's Bitsy __. Alright, so we're gonna skip a little section here just by using that purple box to scoot our way up here. Press that thing down 3 times, and we're gonna clip out of bounds. Ooh, didn't quite get that. Try it again, and there we got it. Alright, another thing. Here's an instance of an up warp. Same thing as battering warp. And we're gonna get the flight suit because that's, again, broken. I'm gonna do my best to get this battering quickly. Or BRC quickly, battering clip, that's what BRC stands for. I get it. Come on now. There it is. Alright, I'm gonna go for this trick like 1 time. If I get it, awesome, that's super hype. If I don't get it, that's okay. Because it is a difficult trick. Alright, since I respawned back up there, I'm gonna try it again. Alright, respawn back up there, try it again. If I don't get it this time, I'll actually just do it the normal way. Ooh, I almost had that. You have about like 1 pixel to jump on that railing. I think I landed on it, but I didn't quite get the jump off of it. Alright, so remember how I said multiplier or the combo multipliers are very good for grabbing purple studs? Well, there are 3 purple studs over here, 2 in the back, which I'm gonna get the multipliers for. Hopefully. Awesome. That's a ×5. I only got it on 1 of the purple studs. But that's still good, getting 90,000 here. So hit him 5 times there, and I'm going to clear out the rest of the debris here so I can get a few more studs. And I'm actually going to cause him to not throw these last 2, just by bumping into him while he's trying to throw it. And that actually causes this cutscene to not play. You could kind of see Croc eating like toxic waste or something. Here you'll see it again. Kind of picks something off the ground, eats it. And I can just kind of push him away and not have him throw stuff. Alright, that's that level. Moving into 2-4, this will be Zoo's Company. This is the Man-Bat level. Like I mentioned earlier, Man-Bat actually has strength characteristics, or the strength ability. But we don't use them because we can get different strength characters. The first strength character we'll be getting is Bane. So skipping the magnet suit as well as the flight suit here. I know the flight suit's broken, but we don't actually need it. So we're gonna make our way over here. Robin's gonna kill these guys because it'll be a little faster for him to do that. I'm gonna have to kill him anyways. I'm gonna open that up just in case I, for whatever reason, can't use the bulldozer. Alright, get rid of those guys in here. I'm gonna do something known as turtle skip. Gonna build that just to that spot. Get to the bottom left of that, hold upright, and I can flip into it. The only reason we need to do that is so that we can break that. Because that lever does not become active until you break the glass, and the loading zone for the next section is inside the gate. We can get behind the gate in story mode, but since we can't get to the transition trigger, or transition load spot, whatever it's called, it's not useful. So here I'm going to grab the bomb suit because we have to get into the boss fight, which is in the boat over on this left side. Okay. This is not good because Batman will die here. Unless he somehow gets some hearts. Alright. We're good. Alright, into the boss fight. Gonna have to build a little record player here. Come on, Robin. Alright, missing the first cycle because I couldn't build fast enough. Hit him 3 times here. Again, don't hit him too quickly, otherwise he'll get iframes. Another spot where fast build is just super awesome. Alright, dropped out player 2 there right away, or right before I hit him the last times, because I don't need him in the next level. Alright, so this is Penguin's level. We'll also be facing up against Catwoman here too. She's just kind of like a mini boss. So we skip building a ladder there because theoretically it's faster if you can get that first try. And I'm just going to E-glide my way over here. Again, we can't get the red brick in this level because we're going to be, or we would need the Sonic suit. Yeah, just the Sonic suit. But it's not available in this level, so we can't do it. And as far as I know, there's no way to clip into it. Or clip into the section where we would need it. This, where Batman is, that's where the Sonic suit area is, the red brick. Thankfully, I think it was Lost found a quick kill on Penguin here. So I'll be utilizing that. Batman's just getting rid of those objects so that we don't target them. Alright, send that Penguin over there. Turn it a little bit. Get Catwoman twice here so that we don't have to deal with her. Alright, so now Penguin's going to come down here. He has 1 hit before he starts circling around. So I got 1 quick attempt at the quick kill here. And I got it. So if he kind of forces himself into the toxic waste there, it'll instantly kill him. Sorry, not kill. He faints, just like in Pokemon. Alright, so now we're going to buy Slam as well as Flaming Batarang. Might as well grab more targets and faster Batarangs as well, since I got those. But then we'll be heading into 5-1 and then 5-2. After 5-2, I'll be exiting out. Mostly because 5-3, it's faster if you can get the invincibility red brick first. And so I'll be doing that. Gotta wait a little bit there before I pull the lever, otherwise it's not actually gonna do anything. Let's get those suit upgrades. I don't need to turn them on like I would the villain red bricks. As long as you buy them, you'll have them. Or like, as soon as you buy them, they're activated. Get the purples in 5-1? Yes, I am getting the purples in 5-1 because I'm a little short on studs. So normally, player 1 is Bane there, but during the black cutscene part, I switched to Bane. Or switched to Penguin. And that way I can pull that a little early. I'm only grabbing the first 4 purples in this area because it's unnecessary to get the 5th one on the far right side of the room because I don't need the mini kit over there. Thankfully, we can do some e-glides with Penguin. And that'll also allow me... E-glides will also allow me to skip pretty much all of the puzzles here. And here we're just going to kind of clip into the floor. Again, you're not really supposed to be able to do any of that. You're supposed to pull a boat over, you're supposed to go up on top. It's a long, tedious process, and I don't have time for that. Titanium, go to LEGO speedruns. That's where everyone else is. But hi. So even though the lever is active over on the left side, I still have to build that so that the electricity can go through. Oh good, I did get Bane over here. Hopefully, Penguin will spawn over here then. That was the hope. Alright, well I was gonna say it moved him closer, but then it kind of backed him up because I got hit. Alright, I'm gonna do another death abuse here so that I can build quickly. I'm gonna start building, and as soon as I get hit, I'm gonna take a death. So that I can start building with invincibility, and I'll take another death, and I'll build the rest of it. I'm gonna see if I can get a multiplier on them before I grab that blue stud. And I didn't quite get the supervillain status there, but that's fine, I don't need it. Alright, moving on to 5-2. This is another one of my favorite levels. Coincidentally, it's the counterpart to 2-1, the other Catwoman level. I'm going to grab these 3 purple studs over on the left here. You're supposed to use the magnet suit to get up here, but with some clever jumps we can get up here without that. Alright, there is a very difficult one controller strat you can do for all of this. I prefer to do the easier strat, which is 2 controllers. Alright. Thankfully I got him up there. I can use this ledge to jump over that. And then I'm going to hop on up here. I'm going to get rid of these cops so that I can make that jump. Alright. Going to activate a cutscene here. With the one controller route, you wouldn't activate that cutscene. So I'm going to leave Penguin here. I'm going to use Catwoman to kind of get her way over here. Skip a bunch of puzzles. A few more puzzles. And this is kind of a variant of a drop-in warp. While that player's dropping in, since he doesn't have a valid path over there, I'll pull the lever with Catwoman, and that'll allow her AI to pull the other lever quick enough. I'm gonna skip a bunch of puzzles here just by doing an E-glide when I spawn in, and I also skip a cutscene as well. You're supposed to get Catwoman over here so that you can jump onto this ladder, and then behind that panel you can build another section of ladder so that you can get Penguin up here. Instead, we're just gonna E-glide and kind of cheese our way over here. Oh, I missed the blue. Oh well. During the cutscene, I'm going to fly my way down here to this opening. The reason for pulling those two levers is so that you can put up some barriers so that the penguin can kind of bounce his way around the lasers there and hit that. Alright, so like I said, I'm not going into 5-3 right away. I'm actually going to exit out and do 5-2 in free play first. Now, ideally, I would do 5-1 in free play first just because that's where the cursor is. But I kind of set up my splits. Do 5-2 story, 5-2 free play, 5-1 free play, and then 5-3 later on. And that's because there's a little bit of a little bit faster cursor movement going from 5-1 to 5-3. But there's some other history with that I'm not going to get into. Alright, so 5-2 free play red brick. This is where you get to see why Slam is such a broken red brick. So we have to be Batman, and then we're just going to gain infinite height. The buttons to press there on an Xbox controller is A, X, left or right, then the other one, whatever one you didn't press. Thankfully, since Scarecrow is the only mind control person we have at the moment, you can actually pull those levers really quickly because he has the fastest lever pulling animation out of everyone. If you don't have Scarecrow, you most likely you would most likely have the Riddler. Right, so getting a couple multipliers on those is really good. And that penguin's not quite gonna hit that, is he? Nope. Make sure I grab those studs first and then I'll exit out. Alright, now we'll do 5-1 free play. And then we'll finish 6-3 and 6-5. I've been putting those off. So I can skip bombing this part here, but I still need to activate the cutscene in order to progress. Well, need is also in quotations because there's a way to skip it, but it's quite difficult. Ideally, I'd have invincibility there to kind of get through there faster. Get rid of those guys so that they don't knock me out anymore. And then we'll go right into this next room. I'm good on studs, I think. I'll definitely have enough studs by the time I'll need them. So we need a female villain here to seduce the doorkeeper into letting him in. And that'll allow me to get this red brick. Now you don't need to use a penguin to get it, you can just set a bomb down there and boom, you got it. The 5-1 and 5-2 red bricks are stud magnet and character studs. They're not really useful in this category, but they're very useful in 100% as well as some of the other buying categories. So 6-3. I don't need to grab the 10k. This is why I needed the heat suit, because there's going to be a rush of flames over on the right that will be otherwise impassable. Right there. Alright, so this is a little difficult to do. Just the movement here. We need the blue in the middle. We need the green on the right. We need the red in the left side. Once it starts spinning, you're good. My character's in the right spot there. Push that a little too far. Line them up so that I can move it together. Awesome. That wasn't too terrible. Then we'll be moving into 6-5. This is to get invincibility. How many studs do I have? I better grab these purples. Better safe than sorry. I should have switched to Joker there because I'd need him right away. I mainly need him just to get rid of these enemies quickly. Actually, I'm going to use the flaming batarang there to get rid of all of them. As well as all these guys. Still got 2 guys up there, so I'll take care of them before I finish that. Alright, so I gotta clean up all the spots on the ground where Joker made a mess. And that'll allow me to get the red brick. How? I'm not sure. Alright, and now I just need one more paint splatter to clean up. There we go. Got invincibility. And we should be able to get enough studs to buy it now. And for those of you wondering, I am over 3 minutes behind my PB, so it's very unlikely that I'm going to PB. And according to best possible time, it is impossible. Alright. Just barely have enough studs to get the invincibility red brick. Gotta make sure I don't buy the wrong one, because the 6-4 red brick is extra hearts, which really doesn't make much sense if you're going to give someone invincibility. There's also a red brick for regenerate hearts, which, again, if you have invincibility, it makes no sense to have that. Alright, so I'm going to skip a little bit of a building and pushing and mind controlling section there. I'm going to clear these enemies out so that I can drop in warp Riddler so that he can help take care of these guys while I'm pulling the truck over so that I can pull some levers. Alright. I am guessing I'm not going to get the hitbox warp here, but if I do, that'll be very, very awesome. So you can kind of just clip out of bounds here because I didn't put any hitbox inside the windowsill. Oh, sadly I did not get the hitbox warp. Alright, so instead I'm just going to do a wall jump here. Ooh, kind of messed that up a little bit. Thankfully, I can try it again right away. Easy peasy. Alright, gonna do a little bit of a camera manipulation here, which will allow me to grab that bar early. Oh. Alright, and that's that level. Next up is 4-2. That's going to be with Riddler and Mr. Freeze. We can get the red brick here in story mode. It just takes something called a pixel jump. Whether or not it's actual, like, 1 pixel wide thing, I'm not sure. But it's difficult. There is a way to clip out of bounds here and get into the transition early. I just don't know the clip, and I don't know if I can do it. So instead of pulling that thing out, I'm gonna just kind of hop my way along here. Hopefully don't get attacked. And hopefully get this first try. Ooh, not quite. Alright, so instead of going over there the way I went there the first time, I'm actually going to run along the top there just in case it happens again, but it didn't, so kind of pointless, but oh well. So I freeze one guy, and that'll make the other guys afraid of me, so they don't attack me, they don't come close to me, so that I don't grab them. And we skipped a little bit here. The main thing is we got the red brick. We don't have to come back here. I'm going to go for this jump around the side here. It is pretty difficult because there's a little bit of an invisible wall. Turned a little early there. Jumped a little late. Ooh, not quite. Try it again. There we go. Alright, so get rid of him. So that we can get Riddler across here. That wasn't quite right. I don't know what happened there. Alright, so I'm actually going to skip another mind control door. On the right here, there's going to be a vault. And you can just use that vault to, pun intended, vault over it. Got kind of lucky there. I don't think I need any more studs, so I'm not going to grab the purple. Gotta press these in a certain order. It goes blue, green, yellow, red, just like it's outlined there. I know a lot of people struggled with that puzzle. They're like, why isn't it working? And then they finally see the colors, so they're like, oh, one of these things. Alright, so now 4, 3, 4, 4, and 4, 5, we cannot get the red brick in story mode, so we'll have to come back in free play. We will be doing that after we finish episode 5. So if you walk underneath those guys, they'll come out. You're supposed to build a vehicle here to break down the gates to get over to the right side, but instead you can kind of manipulate the AI to pull the lever there for you early. And instead of taking the chance of having Riddler die a couple times, I'm just gonna put out the flowers there. You don't normally see that strat. And that by that strat I mean the intended way to do it. Even though I did skip putting up this flower or mushroom, toadstool, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna give this drop and warp a chance. Not sure if I know entirely how to do it, but nope. Alright, I'll do it one more time. If it works, awesome. Doesn't, do it the normal way. Nope. Alright. Normal way it is. I don't know if it was just the wrong camera angle or what. All I know is it didn't work. I can just get rid of some stuff here. Start building things. Alright, now there's going to be some security coming over here, so I'm going to try to get rid of them. Or... there they are. Alright, give me a name that starts with the letter B. And that will be the swan's name. That's kind of been our running gag with this swan. Its name is whatever name starts with the letter B. So it could be Becky, it could be Becca, it could be Bartholomew, it could be Barry. It could be Barney, it could be Bitsy. Brian, it could be Burn. It could be Brain for someone dyslexic. Which reminds me, if life gives you melons, it might be dyslexic. Alright, so there's a nice little skip we can do here with... Ooh, didn't quite get that. Nice little skip here we can do with her jumping. A well-timed double jump there will allow you to hit the trigger early. Hopefully I can get this quickly. Good. Sometimes that can take multiple attempts. Just waiting for the flowers to grow. Time for 4-4. There is a clip I could go for, but I'm not going to go for it because I really don't want to do it. Also, it's another one of those potential hitbox situations, or hitbox warps, that's like 1 in a billion. So, blue, red, yellow, green. Take a couple shots those ways to get rid of the enemies, as well as opening up or allowing the pieces to be built. I'm actually going to try building that. That's good. That gives me a clear path to jump there. Didn't quite get the jump. Alright, so here's a funny little glitch. If player 1 is Riddler, player 2 can just walk right through those lasers. It also causes Riddler to die multiple times. Alright, unfortunately I didn't get something known as laser skip. So I have to go for the backup, which isn't too bad. Just gotta unleash this sweeper. It's actually the same same machine I would have built in 3.1 with the vacuum suit. But oh well. As you guys know, the vacuum machine is super slow to do in story mode. So here I gotta do another puzzle. It's gonna be yellow, red, green. Oh, and I messed that up. I guess I gotta step on green in order to make it tell me I did it wrong. There we go. Man, child puzzles are too difficult for me. Like I had mentioned with the giant clown machine, with the stepping, you can do that with this one too, where if the right foot is moving forward and you turn left, you'll actually move a little further than you would if you were to just walk in a straight line. Just sometimes the rhythm is a little off and you might not get it. And if you do it the opposite way, where you turn to the right while your right foot is moving forward and left when your left is moving forward, it'll actually slow you down compared to just walking forward. So I tried dropping out player 2 right away in the last level, but unfortunately I didn't quite get it, which isn't a problem. I can drop out right away here. It's going to cause Two-Face to actually jump up to those bars, and that skips me building a bulldozer or a backhoe. Hop on over here. I gotta mind control the helicopter that was floating around, and that'll allow me to get into the bank. Get rid of those guys. I don't want to have to deal with them. Hopefully I can build this before anyone hits me. Good. Trying to get to this transition before the screen panned over. I'll have player 2 push this gold all the way up here while Two-Face takes care of these guys. Taking a drink of water. That's normally when I take a drink, but I recently switched to doing 2 controller strats there. With well-timed jump, you can get Riddler over the Toxic there. That'll allow you to pull that lever a little earlier. Alright, and we're actually going to get Riddler past this toxic gas just by hugging that left wall. It's fine if he dies there, because there's a lot of enemies here, and I was gonna say, well, then I would have full hearts, but I have invincibility, so it really didn't matter. I'm gonna do my best to build this while they're shooting at me, but it can be difficult. I gotta manipulate this guy using mind control to pull a lever for me. Come on now. I'll move Two-Face up here, or sorry, Riddler up there, so that I can activate the cutscene or the end level trigger early. And there we go. That's the end of episode 4. Now we just need to finish the rest of episode 5 in the story, and then we'll just have free play to do. And free play goes quick. No Guinness, you do not need to jump up on my lap. Right, drop out player 2 there because I don't need him. Alright, time for another bad boat level. This time, instead of harboring a grudge, it's harboring trash. The only skips here come from having invincibility. So you'll see that in this next part. So you're supposed to take out these 3 green and yellow canisters that will take care of the toxic waste. Then you're supposed to take care of these 2. And then you're supposed to take out these 2. And I'm only going to be taking out these 2 since invincibility allows me to travel through this toxic waste without dying. Any luck, I can hit all and both of these buttons before the cursor gets on me. I already have it on me, but thankfully it goes away just in time for me to hit that other button. A lot of people don't know that you can't hit the buttons unless you don't have the cursor on you. So I can actually grab the red brick here in story mode, so I'm going to do that. Just need to, or what I plan on doing is taking these bombs and hitting the police hovercraft a total of 6 times. Oh, alright, so I missed one, so I'm going to have to go back and hit that. That should hit. Fire at it again. Trying to grab 3 more bombs before that activated. It looks like I didn't get it. That's fine. If you go under the water there, you can barely make it under the wall. You gotta move in close to the ship there, and then the little rocket will hit the police boat. That's the end of that level. Alright, 5-4 is a somewhat interesting level because there's a couple drop-in warps you can do. I think I'm only doing 2. Here's one. Move over here, manipulate my camera so that get penguin over here. Alright, so that's both of the drop-in warps that I'm doing. The first was to get Croc over to the right side. The second was to get Penguin over to the right side. There is one you can do in this next room, but I don't quite know how to do it, so I'm not going to do it. Also, I'm somewhat decent at my 1P2C building here. So, it doesn't take that long. And as a sway kit, I'm gonna actually grab the 5TV kit here. So Croc has the unique ability to dive underwater. Robin's scuba suit can do the same thing, but we actually don't grab that suit in this run. Kind of clear these guys out of the way. And the shortest room in the game. Oop, ran into the wall there. Didn't quite get that. Let's try it again. There it is. Right, now we gotta get Penguin up on top so that we can blow open the elevator doors. We don't need Croc up there to hit a second button for us. We can actually use a Penguin bomb to do that for us. So there you can see, Croc wasn't quite there yet, but I still managed to have the Penguin hit the button for me. That was interesting. Perfect. And Croc's gonna go along for a ride there. Alright, going into the last story level of the run, 5-5. This is Arctic World. This has a very awesome drop-in warp that saves us about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And right away I'm going to be doing a little bit of a corner cut with Penguin. It's not really to cut the corner, it's more so to despawn some enemies. So right there I despawned 3 police officers. Next is getting Catwoman over here into the corner, and then with precise angle and jump, Not quite there. Let's try it again. I'll be able to get Penguin inside the ice. That one moved the wrong way there. There it is. Nice. There is a transition skip you can do here, but I have never been able to do it, so I'm not going to even attempt it now. And for all of you LEGO Batman runners out there, I will attempt to get the swag kit. Again, it's an attempt because it is actually a little difficult to get. Now I just need to activate these 4 laser targets. There's 2 on the left, 2 on the right. I can't quite do the right side yet because it's frozen in ice. I just need to wait for the light to get over there. So instead I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do a zoomy, which is zoom. Alright.
Can I do another quick donation?
Go ahead.
Alright, we have $5 from Guildmaster, and his message says, with the rise of PC strats, Prnced still proves himself to be one of the best runners with his sheer knowledge. Awesome running commentary so far. Thanks, Guildmaster.
Thank you, Guild. I had no practice for my commentary beforehand, so I'm glad you like it. I had planned on doing a run yesterday with commentary, but I just got so busy that I had no time to do it. Alright, time for the fun stuff. And by fun stuff, I mean free play. You'll just see me yeeting Batman all over the place with his SSJs. First level up is going to be 5-4, so that's going to be the one with Croc. I'm actually selecting the wrong thing. Awesome. I accidentally selected replay story. Alright, so exit to Arkham Asylum so that I can do this. Bobby, thanks for the good luck. Head on over to LEGO Speedruns and you'll be able to watch me with a whole bunch of other LEGO enthusiasts. Alright, so now that I'm in free play, you can actually see how awesome this is. Alright, so I kind of went into a bonus area. Didn't quite go where I wanted to, but that's okay. I made it work. That's not where I would need to go. Again, just gonna have Batman yeeting himself all over the place here. Didn't quite get that. Interesting. Now, it should be noted that it's like a frame or two slower to do SSJs all the time compared to just running or gliding normally. And that's just because when you do a slam attack, or when you do an SSJ, you do a slam attack, and that stops your horizontal movement. Next up is going to be 5-5. The red brick there is pretty quick. It's going to be a suction suit thing and then a fishing game. There's a little bit of RNG involved in it. There's 2 ponds that I can pick from. There's 2 colored fish. There's going to be a blue one and there's going to be a red one. Once I get 5 red ones, I'll be able to get the red brick. Once I get 5 blue, it'll give me extra studs. So I'm not even going to worry about getting 5 blue, but I am going to worry about getting 4, because that'll allow me to unlock the 5th red fish. Because you have to do each fish in each cycle before the next fish spawns. Put the pieces in here, and wait for it to be built. Oh, bad RNG to start with. Good RNG is red fish on the right. Here, it doesn't really matter. The fish and the buckets actually kind of have a really big hitbox. So you can kind of drop them on the lip of the bowl there and it'll be fine. You can also grab a fish from like the very edge of the pond. Like here you saw me just put it down in the middle and it worked. Right. Good RNG would be red on the right. Ooh, I'm gonna say with marathon luck, I'm not gonna get that. Can someone remind me who is after me? Now we're going to do all of episode 4. We're going to do 4-1, 4-3, 4-4, 4-5. Remembering that we actually got the red brick in 4-2 already in story. Perfect. Gonna get rid of that. Gotta build this red car so that we can put it into a trash compactor. We're gonna have Penguin come over here so that he can bomb that open for me. Pull out my batarang here. Since it's got that flaming property, I can kill everyone there quickly. Drop him out so that I can do this without worrying about controlling player 2. It would be faster to do this with 2 controllers, but oh well. Pretty good movement there at the end. Alright, and that's actually going to be a gold split for me. Then again, this run really isn't that optimized, so not surprising. Next up, 4-3. I really wish I could remember these really quickly, but 4-3 is green fingers. That's going to be the cat or the green poison ivy level. What do I have? Ooh. It's really good there if you can get Scarecrow. Alright, so I gotta go up into this room on the right. And that'll allow me to get the red brick access. Or the red brick room. Also the hostage room. I think that's enough. Really? Here's some. So, there's really not much to talk about, because kind of self-explanatory. But once you put the cake in the oven, it'll bake for like 3 seconds, and then you get the red brick. All of the red bricks in episode 4 are stud multipliers. So 4-1 is times 2, 4-2 is times 4, 3 is times 6, 4 is times 8, and 5 is times 10. Now, this one I'm going to be yeeting myself all over the place because it's fun. Oh, I messed that up. Yep, we're going to the dance floor. Dance party! I'm gonna be yeeting myself over these lasers. I'm gonna have to be a little careful of where I land here and switch to a toxic character so that I can actually walk inside the waste without dying. Even though I have invincibility on, you can still die because you'll just kind of fall into the acid. Come on now. That pattern is the same every time, so really easy. Alright, so that's the disco room. It's one of 2, kind of 3 in the game. Next up is 4-5. To Poison Ivy because I really like her compared to all of the other villains. However, we're just gonna pretty much just bomb open the first door and then eat our way to victory. So this will be similar to the SSJ race, where you kind of see how high you can get with SSJ. And I think it's like the first to a certain height will be the winner, and it's best of 3. Should be kind of exciting to see. Excuse me? That was weird. You can normally target that. Room 2 and 2-4, best of 3 to the skybox. Okay. Alright, so all the villain levels are done now. We have to go into episode 3 first, because that's what I decided. It's a little more optimal to go to 3 first, just because of the movement inside the hub. A common question that comes along with running this category is, do you need to buy all of the red bricks? And the answer is no. You do not need to buy them. All you have to do is collect them. In 100%, you do have to buy everything. Well, even buying everything is in quotations, as is everything with this game. So ideally I would have done 3-2 there first, but my splits are a little backwards here. First thing I'm going to do is activate this door a little bit. Enough for me to squeak on through. Not enough to activate Harley Quinn. Right, so I have to push this organ into place and step on pump a couple times. And that'll activate the organist, and then that'll be this level. Next up is going to be 3-4. Just as a reminder, that's the moth or killer moth level, or Mothman. Mothman's his actual name. It's Killer Croc and Mothman, but I like, for whatever reason, I say Killer Moth. So this room is kind of U-shaped, so you can just fly right over to the door, not have to worry about Mothman at all. And we're gonna yeet our way up here. Land up there. Okay. Nice pause screen. Gotta be moving into that in order to actually do that. And Flam is OP and can break that. And we just have to extended glide all the way over to the red brick. Next up, 3-3. That's going to be the airplane level. So we only needed either Joker's helicopter or Scarecrow's biplane to do this. It gives us both, even though it just showed Joker's helicopter there. We have to get through the first room, and then the red brick will be in the second. So I'll have to do the cutscene skip here again. We really only need the one. For whatever reason, I blanked the torpedo. That cutscene's a really good time to take a drink. So, barrel roll, and we're gonna avoid him. Now I could switch to Joker's biplane, or Scarecrow's biplane, or Joker's helicopter there. But a little faster if you don't, because Batman's idle movement there takes him a little bit further into the room. And there's that red brick. Next up is 3-2, and that'll be that Harley Quinn level. And the red brick will be in the first room. I'll kind of yeet myself over there, and then Robin will have to do a crane game. Alright, so it really doesn't matter who I have here, just as long as I can get across. So I'll actually switch to Penguin here, try to get a damage boost off of these guys. And now I'll switch to Batman so that I can jump over the gate. Otherwise it's just pulling a lever and I don't feel like doing that. So I got to get all 3 of the orange cats here, teddy bears. They use the Catwoman helmet here, so they kind of look like cats. Let me tell you, they're no Bearhead. Speaking of Bearhead, there is a bonus incentive or a bid war going on right now for the Lego Pirates bingo. The bid war is between triple bingo or lockout bingo. They look orange on my screen. Some people call them red. But yeah, Lego Pirates bingo. It's gonna be exciting. Unfortunately, I won't be there for it because I will be busy the rest of the weekend. We are done with episode 3 now. It's just episode 2 left. First level, I need to just get to the end room as fast as possible, and you guys know the best way to do that? You guessed it, SSJ. There we go. Alright, and I'll have to activate the cutscene over here, just because that's how the game works. I don't think there's a way to not activate them. Kill these guys with flame battering. Again, we don't need 2 people to do that. And now just the sonic suit to break this glass, and then we're there. Alright, 4 levels left. Time ends when I save and quit out of the last level, which will be 2-5. So just a heads up there. Alright, time for trash boat battle. We have to get to the last room, and that's when we need Penguin sub. I like to switch to Croc's, the Crocmobile, whatever it's called, just because it's faster movement. Okay, Robin. I don't know why you got stuck there. Croc also has a stronger attack than Robin does, which is why I usually switch to him and not Robin.
Got the double cutscene again. That's good. Now is where we need Penguin. We just need one torpedo here. Send it on over. Then we just need to go underneath here. And hit these 4 targets. You can only hit them once they go up. And the red brick come down. That's that level. 3 levels left. Alright. 2, 3. This level is actually super short. Because it's right at the beginning. I don't even have to break the first door open. Just switch to Robin, switch to his tech suit. Get rid of those guys so that I don't grab them. And boom, that's it. Alright, 2 levels left. Two, 4, this is Zoo's company. It's going to be in the second room. And there's going to be one more use for Slam. Just like in 3-4, where we were able to break the colorful wall in the disco room, we can actually break this gate open with the Slam attack. You can also use a bomb, but it's a little faster to use the Slam. Alright, 1 level left. This is another fairly short one. Just gotta fly through the first room, use the sonic suit in the second room, and then we have 3 treadmills to do. We're gonna have 2 penguin minions to do 2 of them, and I'll have to run on one of them. I don't know. Will I do one more SSJ, or will I do it the intended way? I'm out of here so I can do that. Ah. Alright, get ready on time. And time.
2:34:57.
Not bad. I think I had 1 gold split the whole run, but that's okay. I'll save in the whole time. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna have to get going, so I'll leave it at this. Enjoy the next run. I don't remember what it is, but it's good.